gas station.
Yeah, ayy. Whoa. Yeah, ayy.
Ayy, see me, I'm a legend in these streets, yeah.
Streets, boy.
If you need some game, to come to me, yeah. Watch us turn y'all boys to men, y'all gon' see, yeah. Help them get some money, build their legacy, yeah. Whoa, see me, I'm a legend in these streets, yeah. If you need some game, to come to me, yeah. Watch us turn y'all boys to men, yeah, you gon' see, yeah. Help them build some money, build their legacy, yeah. Ayy, said it's the gas station show, yeah. Whoa, we got that gas for your soul, yeah. Ayy, you need some game, this where you go, ayy. Whoa, you need some game, this where you go, ayy. We're not new to this, we've been true to this. We pulling out the slabs, just the lane switch. When them boys get mad, they get dangerous. Lil' homie, watch your backs, don't miss your angles. Said it's the gas station show, whoa, whoa. We got that gas for your soul, ayy. Whoa, said it's the gas station show, ayy. Ayy, we got that. See me.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing, man? This is another episode of the Gas Station Podcast. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I'm sorry, I've been gone a long time. I've been gone about a week. I had to take my daughter to school. She's had to do her orientation. My daughter will be going to Seton Hall, and so I'm real proud of her. So we had to take her up to New York, or New Jersey. And I took her and my son, my 17-year-old son, I took him too with us. So he was able to get an opportunity to learn and get to see the college experience just a little bit, man, because he's talking about he don't want to go to college and stuff like that. My daughter got accepted into a program at Seton Hall where she'll be working on Wall Street. But it's a program that they had that she'll be working on with Wall Street. So I'm super excited, full ride, man, real smart, man. Kudos out to Mackenzie, man, my daughter. Woo, 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 woo. Daddy loves you, daddy's proud of you, and daddy's gonna do anything he can to help facilitate your success. Man, welcome to the Gas Station Podcast, the fueling ground for the mind, the body, and the soul, man. We are having an amazing show, man. It's Tea Tuesdays, man, and we're gonna spill the tea today. Subject, man, that everybody knows about, man. It's pretty wild, and I just want to get my thoughts and on it and talk about it. About the young lady who got into it with the guy in Chicago, and she tragically, the young man got killed in Chicago for punching that lady in the face 3 times, man. First, I want to give condolences to the young man's family also. And I want to also, just the young lady in that situation. I just want to say you did not deserve that. And anybody who says you deserve that, man, is stupid, and they're very stupid. And so, that's my take on that situation. But I also want to talk about that situation because there's a lot of lessons to be learned about it. And, and I get it. Everybody wants to demonize the young man who hit the lady in the face. And I get it, and let me say this. And I'm not no violent person. I don't condone violence. I've never been a violent person. I'm not even advocating any kind of violence. But if I would have watched a man hit my mama like that, and I ain't no violent person at all, he would be dead. He would be dead. He would surely be dead. And I would be a murderer. I would be considered as a murderer myself. That was violent, horrific, and just not smart at all on that young man's part. Not smart at all on that young man's part. But I got 3 other things that I got a couple other situations that just doesn't sit right or well with me. First of all, one of the main parts that doesn't sit well with me is how did a 14-year-old boy have such quick access to a gun? That's one thing that doesn't sit well with me. And then, second thing, even though the young lady wasn't violent at all, and there's no way in the world shit that when confronted. Now she may have got on his nerves, but so what? Anybody can get on your nerves, but that doesn't give you the right or give you the right to hit somebody because they getting on your nerves, or because you don't like what they're doing, or you don't like what they saying. You don't get a right to do that at all. Not even to the little bit. You don't even have an inkling of a right to do that. But I'm gonna give some culpability to the young lady also. It's a thing called self-awareness. Having a peripheral vision. Being aware of the climate in the room. How some things can be, some fires can be put out instead of keep adding fuel to the fire. The only place we want gas at is in the gas station podcast or in your vehicle. We don't need no gas or keep fueling a bad situation. And no, he did not have a right to hit that young lady. He did not have a right to hit you at all. Young lady, if you ever see this video. But at some point in that situation, you should have seen or felt his vibration and knew he was serious and it was time to be quiet and just get your food and leave. Because anybody could see that situation was getting out of hand. So you also hold culpability, first of all, for your son having access to a gun, which he should have never had access to. Now, you done made your son a murderer because he witnessed a man. And I don't hold no fault to the 14-year-old because no man, nobody, I hope nobody can sit there and watch somebody hit their mama like that and just sit there and do nothing. But you, mother, yeah, I'm talking to you, mother, you should have never put your son in that position. Sometimes when you see stupidity or ignorance, you as an adult, you have to ignore him. Because you can see in his tendency that he was getting violent in his mental. Not just in his physical. He got violent in his physical too, but he was already violent in his mental before he got violent in his physical. So yes, I do hold you accountable for that. I do hold you accountable for making your son a murderer. I do hold you accountable for a life being gone, not because you did anything wrong. See me, I'm a legend in these streets. If you need some game to come to me, but it takes two to tango. You could have also eliminated that situation just by just getting your food and leaving and just being quiet. You didn't have to go back and forth with him. You did not have to have the last word, even though you were not confrontational at all. And I'm not even going to sit here and pretend you were confrontational because you were not confrontational at all. but you are irritating for whatever reason. I'm not saying you irritating me because I don't know, and I would have never took it that far, no way. Or I would have just ignored you if we would have been going back and forth. But for whatever reason, you were irritated. You pull and you would not stop. Now a young man's life is gone on account of that. Your son is a murderer on account of that. But sometimes we can just walk away. Sometimes we can just be quiet. Sometimes we can just ignore foolishness. Sometimes we can be aware of our surroundings and say, okay, this is finna go too far. So it's time to end this conversation. Time to end this conversation. For the young man who died, I had no, we don't have no sympathy for him. Because he begged for that killing. He begged for it. And if she didn't kill him, somebody else was going to kill him with that bad attitude. It's a serious subject in the gas station. It's T-Tuesdays, man. It's T-Tuesdays, man. I hope y'all like and subscribe to the channel. I hope we can grow from a situation like this as black people. I hope this is something that we see, that we can learn from, that we can become better from, that we can build from, that we don't take this situation in vain. And we learn from this situation, and we allow this situation to make us better, to make us better as a people, make us better as a family. You understand me? I'm not here to berate the young man, because, man, you know, 30 seconds can cost us our whole entire life, as we can see that. And I'm talking on both sides of the spectrum. Both sides of the spectrum. Help them get some money, build their legacy. Hey, said it's the gas station show, yeah. Whoa, we got that gas for you, so yeah. Yeah. Hey, you need some. This better not be the ignorant fool who got his life taken away from a stupid argument in a burger joint that had no value whatsoever. You lost your life on something that had no value. If you had children, your children now have no father. A mother don't have a son. Somebody got to pay to bury you. A girlfriend, your girlfriend, you know. You had loved ones who loved and cared for you, man. Was it valuable enough to lose your life to put this on your loved ones, man? Come on, man. Let's watch our attitude. Let's not be so sensitive. Let's not have such a sensitive generation, man. Let's not fuck each other up for no reason, man. Let's make legacy moves, man. Everything is about the legacy, man. Let's make legacy moves, man. Let me say something else too, man, before we get out of here, man. Let me say something else, man, too. For the young lady and the young boy. Let me tell you something. You did what you had to do, young man. 14-year-old young man. I don't know your name. But I want you to know it's directed to you. This is directed to you if you ever get an opportunity to see this on YouTube. What you did is still not cool, man. Killing somebody ain't cool, man. Taking somebody's life is not cool. I understand in the heat of the moment, I would have did the exact same thing you did. So I'm not trying to demonize you at all because, man, I would have blacked out too, bro. I would have blacked out too, bro. And I'm not even a violent person. I would have blacked out too, bro. In fact, I'd have did just like you stayed out, stayed back, hoping it'd die down, because I didn't want to get into it with the nigga either. I'm kind of there. I'm kind of non-confrontational like that too. But as soon as that bro would ride up with that fist like that and hit her like that, man, like a goddamn dog, you had to kill him. But that don't make it right. You had to kill him. I get it. I would have killed him too, man. That's something you're going to always have to live with. A situation in a burger joint that had no value where a man lost his life. Your mama, I don't care what nobody say, you could have prevented that, mama. You could have prevented that. I know it's hard to say that when we leave that on TV and that nigga hit you like that and that boy ain't had no choice but to kill him. But you could have prevented that. Even though you wasn't confrontative, but you could have prevented that. That goes for a lot of us women. I won't say black women, but I'm just gonna say women and in general. Hey, everything ain't got to be an argument. Everything ain't got to be the last word. Everything ain't got to be proving a point. Even the fella, that's not just the women, even the fella. We ain't got to prove our point, man. Live another day, man. Like on Friday. Let's learn to live for another day, man. There's gonna be some fights you're gonna lose, there's gonna be a bunch you're gonna win. At the end of the day, let's work on living for another day, man. And with that, man, it's the Gas Station Podcast, man, a fueling ground for the mind, the body, and the soul, man. I hope I was able to give y'all some insight, man. I hope I was able to help y'all, man. I hope that I embarked some words on y'all where, it takes two sides to tangle, man. You understand me? And a young man lost his life. 14-year-old boy had to become a murderer. It's not no badge of honor to do that, man. We appreciate him looking out for his mother because he had no choice. Anybody would have did that in that situation. You can't help yourself, man. You blacked out, man. I would have blacked out, nigga hit my mama like that. But that don't make it right, man. Don't make it right, man. Only thing right, he protected his mom like a young man's supposed to do. He gets a salute for that. He gets a salute for that, man.